Laura, thank you. Tonight we're digging deeper into police use of force.
It is relevant. A video of Grand Rapids officers punching a suspect is now going viral, while officers in Calhoun County are being praised for making the right call during a mental health crisis. This week, deputies in Calhoun County used beanbags and a taser to subdue a man armed with a knife, apparently suffering a mental health crisis and attempting suicide by cop. It was a better outcome than cases of deadly force officers have used.
This was a recipe for success.
Calhoun County Sheriff Stephen Hinkley says his officers did the right thing, avoiding deadly force despite facing a threat.
And it was very evident that this individual wanted law enforcement to kill him. There are still split-second decisions that have to be made by law enforcement. But in this case, very sad situation that a person had to reach this point to get the help that they needed.
Dr. Dennis Savard, a criminal justice expert and professor at Saginaw Valley State, says the practice of use of force exists on a scale.
What we call a use of force continuum. At the bottom of the continuum, a police officer can just use some type of verbal resistance, right? But situations can escalate very quickly.
All the way up to deadly outcomes. But Savard says the key to proper use of force is proportion.
The force that a police officer uses against a subject or a suspect has to be proportionate with the threat they're facing.
He also says it comes down to training, with more scrutiny because of cell phones and body cameras and more advocacy focused on police reform. Departments are entering a new era for use of force policy.
We've been collaborating with mental health. We have deputies, dispatchers trained in crisis intervention.
Many other departments are also putting officers through crisis intervention training for situations just like the one in Calhoun County.
De-escalating the situation to a point where force isn't necessary. It's a humanistic approach, if you will, to law enforcement.
And Dr. Savard says part of that training also connects officers with ways to get people mental health resources in the field as an alternative to incarceration.